Hello friends, welcome to BYD Build Your Dream class, and this is the second session. The previous session was conducted in yesterday, and last 10 questions have been discussed yesterday. Then you can watch them and enrich your answer writing practice. So we can start today's session from 11th question. So let's begin. So first or 11th question is, superconductivity has the potential to revolutionize multiple areas of science and technology by offering unprecedented levels of efficiency, accuracy and performance. Discussed. Discuss. So you can write in 250 words. So this is the current based question, that why superconductivity is in news. Recently, LK99 is a room temperature superconductor was discovered by South Korean scientists. So this is in news related to LK99 superconductivity. So here you can introduce in your question this, that introduce the superconductivity, that what is superconductivity, and then move to in body part. So first you can write the application of superconductivity, or first you can write mechanism of superconductivity, then you can move forward for applications of superconductivity. The applications such as from healthcare and energy to transportation and communication. And MRI machines. What is MRI machine? That magnetic resonance imaging machines. What is this? So magnetic and computer generated radio waves provide a detailed images that using in organs and tissues of the human body. So this is the MRI machines. And next application, that power transmission, particle accelerators, transportation and energy storage, etc. So these are the some applications of superconductivity you can write in body first, after the mechanisms of superconductivity. And next part is the technology by offering unprecedented levels of efficiency, accuracy and performance. So you can write here that superconductivity is unprecedented level of, why superconductivity is unprecedented level of efficiency, accuracy and performance. So this can be mentioned in your body parts. And here is discussed. Discussed is another keyword. So you can write more on superconductivity and superconductivity in India. The government measures regarding superconductivity, and in technical background the superconductivity using in India and government's measure. Okay, so here you can write and conclude your answer with some specific points, that superconductivity, some specific point of superconductivity, that what will the superconductivity benefit India in future. So you can write here. Okay, so this is the 250 words. And the second question and 12th question, the cross-border operations of terrorist groups highlight the need for international collaboration and strategic responses to effectively counter the threat. Analyze. So here there are multiple keywords that terrorism highlight the need for international collaboration and strategic responses to effectively counter the threat. Analyze is another keyword. So you can write this question. So first is the complexity of terror networks. Here you can write and you can introduce in your answer that complexity of terror groups. Okay, and the next part, the linkages between in body parts, you can write linkages between cross border terror groups and various organized crimes like Jaise Muhammad. Indian Mujahideen was banned, now is like Jaise Muhammad and another terrorist groups organizing the terrorism in India. Okay, so what are the linkages between cross-border terror groups and various organized crime? And next is the measures by the government and the need for greater global and national collaboration and cooperation in order to tackle the issue of terrorism. So you can write here with effective points. Okay, so analyze the question with some major parts, and in next part in this question, the government measures to boost the collaboration and cooperation with national and international platform. So you can write here this. Okay, and that is next question. While utilitarianism focuses on outcomes and overall benefit, deontology emphasizes following moral principles and fulfilling duties. Comment. This is the ethics part of the question, and you can write only 150 words in 2 pages. Okay, so here is first question is why 13th question is, while utilitarianism focuses on outcomes and overall benefit, deontology emphasizes following moral principles and fulfilling duties. So you can find keywords like utilitarianism and deontology, and here is comment. So the question is emphasizing upon deontology, not utilitarianism, because deontology here is more emphasizes that the deontology emphasizes following moral principles and fulfilling duties, and while utilitarianism focuses on outcomes and overall benefits. So here you can understand that utilitarianism means here is utilitarianism means greater number with more happiness, greatest number with greatest happiness. Okay, and deontology emphasize that the means cannot justify the ends. Okay, no, yes, means cannot justify the ends. So here in deontology, means is more supreme than the ends. So you can introduce the deontology and its some features. And in body parts, why utilitarianism is more acceptable than popular utilitarianism. So differentiate between these two terms. Okay, and some limitations of utilitarianism for outcomes and overall benefits for individual as well as collectively. And next part is how deontological ethics, more moral sensitivity in our daily life, justice, more our daily in our daily life, justify with example. So deontological ethics, like in Mahabharata and Ramayana, you can give example in this question and write effectively, and conclude with these substantiate with these two terms, and you can conclude with these two terms. And next question is, while Socrates' idea of justice provides some foundational principles, modern discussions on addressing historical injustices have expanded to encompass a broader range of considerations. Examine. So here is the Socrates' idea of justice. So first introduce the Socrates idea of justice. You can introduce in your answer. And next part is in body part. The a just state, one focuses on his own rights without impinging upon the rights of the others. So here the given example is one which looks his own benefits rather than impinging rather than not impinging upon the rights of the others. Okay, so this is emphasis of the question on Socrates' idea of justice. So addressing these points, and next part is Socrates' justice addresses historical injustices. This is a question that you can mention. Socrates' idea of justice addresses historical injustices that save the more humanity rather than impinging upon the layman of his rules and regulations, and cannot justify the individual's rights and his basic principles. Okay, and next, in conclusion, give balanced opinion of the Socrates idea of justice, or the just state on one focuses on his own rights without impinging upon the rights of the others. So you can conclude with balanced opinion with a beautiful quote given by the great reformers like Mahatma Gandhi and Socrates itself, Socrates himself. Okay, and here are Gautam Buddha, and you can mention quote, any quote to conclude the answer. Next question is, the marine resources of the Indian Ocean directly impact the livelihoods of millions of people who depend on fishing, aquaculture, and related industries. So here it is also discussed in 250 words. So first mention with the introduction part that Indian Ocean and its vast economic resources. Sorry, not economic resources. Here it is wrong text. So you can introduce in answer that Indian Ocean, how Indian Ocean located in on the planet and in which direction of the earth. And you can mention also India surrounded by the Indian Ocean. And next, in body part, The diagram of rich resources surrounding the Indian Ocean, you can mention a small diagram representing India also with the rich resources of Indian Ocean resources, marine resources. Okay, and in next body part, in detail economic implications of the resources. So the 15th question is marine resources of the Indian Ocean directly impact the livelihoods of millions of people. And next part is in detail economic implications of the resources. What will be the economic implications of the marine resources, or impact of economic implications of marine resources? Okay, in next part you can mention and you can address in your question that importance about marine resources such as fishing, marine biotechnology, minerals, tourism and leisure, education and research, etc. So you can mention these importance of marine resources for the development of economic health of the country. Okay, and conclude with substantiate to these points of the economic development of the country in the future. What will be the more impact of the marine resources of Indian Ocean in the future economic development of the country? And next question is the regional tsunami warning systems are critical components of a comprehensive approach to minimize the devastating impacts of the tsunamis. Here it is analyzed. So you can write answer with the 150 words, or you can also mention 250 words also, no problem. Okay, so introduce, here is tsunami, that what is tsunami, and you can mention some example of tsunami like 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Okay, and in body parts you have to address the small diagram of the mechanism of tsunami, that how tsunami is evolved or how tsunami is created in Indian Ocean. And next part is trail of destruction of tsunami, or implications of destruction of tsunami like inundation, wave impact and erosion, with recent examples like Indian Ocean tsunami or another. Okay, and next part is role of tsunami warning system in its mitigation, such as detection, risk assessment and reduction, warning and dissemination, and awareness and response. So these are the role of tsunami warning system in its mitigation of the tsunami. And recent measures taken by the Indian government to overcome the tsunami disaster. Okay, and conclude with the way forward, that the Indian Meteorological Department has taken measures to overcome the tsunami disaster in the future. Okay, so you can write here 150 words or 250 words, both. And next question is, considering the impacts of climate change in urban development is essential for creating resilient, sustainable cities that can withstand the challenges posed by a challenging climate or changing climate. Okay, so you can consider first is keyword. So first keyword is examine. So why this question? The impacts of climate change in urban development is essential for creating resilient, sustainable cities that can withstand the challenges posed by a changing climate. examine in 250 words. Okay, so first addressing the question with introduction as giving context of the climate change in urban development, that how urban development can effectively build the robust system with its construction on the watching of the climate change in the future as well as present as well as in the future. Okay, and next is the impact of climate change on modern cities and in future for its construction, and another assessment that destruction of the urban cities by the climate change, and substantiate with examples the impact of climate change on modern cities. And next body part is how the progress made so far may be nullified due to the impact of climate change. Recent progress made so far by the government as well as international level to nullify the impact of the climate change on the modern cities of India as well as of the world. And next is the steps sustainable cities that can withstand the challenges. Next is steps that are needed: climate planning and city planning, vulnerable assessment. So these are the our stakeholders and participation, monitoring and evaluation, etc. So these are the steps that are needed to overcome the impact of climate change on modern development of the cities. Okay, so and next is the measures of the Indian government to tackle the climate change in creating the modern cities in India, and conclude with the way forward. So these are the steps that you can write in the effective answer for this question. And next question, or 18th question, is addressing the digital divide, promoting digital literacy, ensuring data privacy, fostering innovation are among the key areas that require attention to ensure a more inclusive, secure and technologically advanced future for India. Analyze. So find the keywords here. So analyze is the keyword. Digital divide, promoting digital literacy, ensuring data privacy and fostering innovation are among the key areas. These are the key areas that require attention to ensure a more inclusive, secure and technologically advanced future for India. So here you can address in introduction what is the context about this question, that digital divide, promote addressing the digital divide. So you can write in introduction regarding this question, so given in the context about digital divide. Next is challenges of digital divide, like policy framework, infrastructure, digital literacy and empowerment. So these are the challenges of the digital divide. Okay, and next part is the measures to bridge the digital divide here. Measures to bridge the digital divide. What are the popular measures to bridge the digital divide? Like digital literacy and skill development, infrastructure development, inclusive policies and affordability, as well as digital security through the digital bill proposed by the Indian Parliament. Okay, so you can write, and what are the measures taken by the government as well to tackle the digital divide and reach the digital service in the last mile of Indian rural areas. So you can conclude with way forward another. Okay, and next question is, what does the what does this quote means to you? Fortitude is the power of the mind to endure pain or adversity without yielding. So first you can introduce this quote. According to the quote, fortitude is the power of mind. So you can introduce according to this quote, like fortitude. What is fortitude and what is this? To enhance the power of mind to endure pain or adversity without yielding. So you can explaining the quote on his own. Okay. And next, in body parts, how fortitude is a foundation on which all other virtues are practiced. This fortitude is a foundation on which all other virtues are practiced. So you can emphasize fortitude and a superior, and other virtues are not inferior but subordinate to this fortitude. Okay, so you can mention this. And next part is, without it, without fortitude, all other virtues cannot practiced in tough circumstances. In tough circumstances. So you can contrast fortitude and other virtues like attitude, aptitude, and another virtues or values or behavior against the fortitude. That fortitude is a foundation on which all other virtues are practiced. Okay, so you can mention or you can address this fortitude against the all other virtues. Without fortitude and without other virtues, without fortitude, all other virtues cannot practice in tough circumstances, especially. Yes, and substantiate with this quote with examples like Mahatma Gandhi during the freedom struggle, and during Abraham Lincoln of George Washington during Civil War, and Abraham Lincoln during the revelation of the bill or prohibition of slavery in USA. So you can address more number of examples and recent examples of administrator, like recently Prabhakar Chaudhary's case. Okay, so you can mention these examples in this quote. And next part is importance of fortitude in conclusion. Okay, so you can conclude with the importance of fortitude in your office or in your position, or it can be more benefited to your service as well as your future. So you can address this question like that. Okay, and next and last question is, what does this quote means to you? And it is also a quotation type question in ethical point of view. So most powerful is he who has himself in his own power, and given by Seneca. So literal meaning of the quote you can introduce, the most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. That the quote emphasizes the inner willpower of the people, inner willpower of individual, that he who has on find himself in his own power, that he will use his power positive as well as negative. So if he has less power, then he need more he will work as innocent, and if he has more power, then he could use his power in wrong direction. Okay, so you can mention such like that. And next part is importance of power, and people get corrupt when acquired various powers. So earlier I have mentioned this. Okay, that if individual has less power, then he works as innocent. If he has more power, then he controls his own to going in wrong direction. Okay, and in next section, that person who can control himself is considered a powerful man, and various ways to do so. Okay, so earlier I have mentioned this, I have addressed this also. You can write this. Okay, next is the highlight the importance of the court in present day. You can conclude with the importance of court in present day in your service, in your civil service office, civil servant office, or any other office. You can conclude this. So today is in this class, and if you like this, if you like this initiative, you can subscribe this channel, like the video, and comment if you have some query. So for today this will be end, and thank you, have a good day.